Good morning. Hey, I said good morning. I said good evening, everyone. Welcome to On Deck, our new time that we'll be going back and forth. I'm Russ Morgan here with Rob Mosey. Rob, it's a great time for sports. We got March Madness cooking. We got basketball rolling up into the playoffs, and then baseball jumps in. You even got hockey too. I mean, for me, this is just like the ultimate sports viewing experience. How do you feel about that?
Oh
And
yeah, well me,
how
I just
else?
love. I love the baseball and football. So there's not football. So but I'm happy now. We finally got to games that count last night, yesterday. I mean, I know we had the little Dodgers Padres last week, but for the most part, yesterday was opening day across the league. Nothing better, and I'm looking forward to talking some baseball on what's
Yeah,
happening
me
over the
too. And
first
opening
day.
opening day for me should be a for everybody national holiday. I was
Yeah,
even watching the was it James Earl Jones speech on Field of Dreams, and it's just nostalgia, you know.
yeah, no, I love it, man. It's super, man. I can't complain.
No,
It's,
and
it's
we had a exciting first day. Got some good close games. My Yankees won. Your Red Sox won. The East, besides the Rays getting kind of pounded there in the Trop, which I me being a Yankees fan, you being a Red Sox fan, I was watching the Rays, and they're putting up a banner for AL Wildcard 2023. I'm like, come on, guys. This is a Rays team that's been dominant, very
yeah,
dominant in the AL for the last, almost decade. And
yeah,
they're
I
putting up,
know. It was
and
funny that we were talking about that. My son and I, how the Rays do that. I know they haven't won the World Series, but they've been in it. They've won the American League. They've been in the World Series, and yeah, to me, they shouldn't. To me, it's kind of silly to raise the fan. They would never do that in Fenway or Yankee Stadium or
I
anything
mean,
like that.
it's to the point. I'm like, we gotta. This has been a very, what they were 2 games away from winning it against the Dodgers, and it was at 2020 or
Yeah,
something like that.
2020, the COVID
Yeah,
year.
yeah, but I mean, they're right there, and they've been right there winning the AL East. So it's like, why are we celebrating these wild cards? It's not
I
like
know,
it's
but
not like
hey,
we're the expansion team anymore. That
I know.
randomly.
I agree. In fact, though, the Rays game is on, I guess, MLB because I just quietly have MLB Network on, and
Well,
they're showing us.
speaking of, I wasn't gonna go start with the Rays, but I kind of kicked it off with that. They just got destroyed. Not looking good. Obviously, that was at 9-2 there, Blue Jays, which I've always, in my opinion, the Blue Jays. I always go in, high hopes for the Blue Jays. That you see that lineup,
Well, they're
they
so
got a
talented. I agree, but
so
they always
talented
just.
lineup, staff, and they disappoint. What's your feeler on that one?
Yeah, of course, as a Red Sox fan and you as a Yankee fan, you don't really mind if they disappoint. But yeah, there's such a good lineup. Vladimir Guerrero, he hit went yard yesterday, and so did a few of them. But if they can get Vladdy back to like MVP, Silver Slugger style type bat again, they could be, they could be legit. I mean, that's a tough division, as you know, the whole AL East. But yesterday they got off. A lot of people, I'm like, it's A1, but your former Mr. Yankee, Don Mattingly, everyone's giving him credit. Oh, maybe they got them Brady because he's not even the hitting coach. He's like sounds like an offensive football job, offensive coordinator or something they call it there that they give him, and he oversees the hitting instructors. So we'll see if he can maybe get the more out of their bats than they've been getting. So that should be
I mean,
interesting.
it's a tough division. Even though the Red Sox we're all predicting they're going to be down, you can't count them out. If you got a series against the Red Sox, even though Yankees playing Red Sox, they might be down. If you start taking the foot off the gas, they're gonna it's a rivalry series. You
Yeah,
know,
no, no, for sure. For sure. And like I say, it was good. But yeah, in that Blue Jay game yesterday, they showed well, and we will see because
yeah, yeah.
they're playing
But
division.
we got four 1-0, so we'll see if it continues.
Yeah.
We'll kick it off with my team, which was Yankees 1-5-4. Cortez kind of got touched. Nestor Cortez, nasty Nestor as they call him. Which personally for me, this is like a guy these average 90 pitchers should be looking up to because this guy throws 90 to 92 with the slider and he's kind of nifty. He's not overpowering. He's in the MLB. I'm like, this is a guy you should look. He's not throwing, 98, 99. He's hitting you with the slider and the changeup and the curve, sneaking a fastball. I'm like, he's doing it old school, and he got touched up a little. First, he settled down. Juan Soto, had his much awaited debut. What was Soto? One for three, but
Yeah,
had
but he made that key throw that at home plate.
the big outfield assist to basically seal the game.
Yep,
Uh,
in the ninth inning. Yeah, so kudos to him. I was disappointed. Even though I don't like the Astros either, but
yeah,
it's
I mean,
just
I think the Astros might have overtaken either. I being it's the Yankees. It's like you love or you hate them. There's no in between. The
right.
Astros are just like, if you're not from Houston, you probably hate them now because they
Yeah, of all
cheated.
the yeah,
But it's Soto. I'm excited for Soto because this is a guy who high on base percentage and has led the MLB in walks, which the Yankees is. If you've ever watched Yankee baseball, they're and they did it yesterday, but they're not walking. They're not working the count. Obviously, I like him too because this guy works the count. He puts the ball in play. Where some of the Yankee guys, even Aaron Judge, as great as Aaron Judge is, he gets up there and hey, let's ground the ball into a double
oh, no.
play. We
Oh,
got
but I
bases
mean,
loaded.
if you go back just a couple years ago between the Red Sox and the Yankees, they all had guys like
It's
Ortiz would
just
work the count.
it's
And
not the
Manny Ramirez
baseball.
would work the count, and you guys had people that would work the count. They would be like 4 or 5. That's why baseball probably said we need to shorten these games because every time Red Sox Yankees play, it's like a 4-hour game or something. So it's just
Oh
like,
yeah, 4 hour plus. You better have your night, your night blocked off for a
yeah,
Yankees Red Sox game back in the day. But
yeah.
I mean, these guys work the count, and I mean, That's why I'm not a Boone guy. I'm not a home run guy. I'm like, I work the count. That's what plays in October. But they got one out. Soto had the big outfield assist. Judge was 1 for 4. Volpe's a guy I'm really high on. Anthony Volpe, who's Gold Glove winner. Hey guys, thanks for joining. We love you guys transitioning to us with Bobby transitioning to 7 p.m. time here on the East Coast. But
Yeah.
it's just it's Volpe's a guy stellar with the glove. Obviously, won the Gold Glove. I think they might have brought him up a little too early because they had to. They got to get this guy. He's a local product. We got to get him out. Jeter, even though he was from Michigan, he's a lifelong Yankee, New Jersey boy. So this guy's got a fan base. He's starting to swing it nice. I'm really looking forward to see what he does. Oswaldo Cabrera had a big game, 2 for 4, which is good because he'll be a super utility guy like DJ LeMahieu. He'll play second, third, outfield, which is solid. But the starting pitching was always going to worry me. Even though Cortez settled down, he got touched up a little bit. And if the Yankees don't get a little run on offense, which they had bases loaded, 1 out, after that big inning, and Judge grounds into a double play. So
Right.
the starting, and we'll see what Rondon does tonight. And he started looking good in the spring. As two straight starts looking dominant, and then his last start gets touched up. So the bullpen looked good, which is always good because now definitely a lot of starting pitchers you see they're shortening their games. If you can get 5-6 innings and you just get to their pen, is good.
Yeah.
But
No, I know.
I'm worried about it, but it's always nice to beat the Astros. Always, I hope we could if we face them in October. We can't really get over that hump yet, but it's always nice to take the Astros down.
No,
But
no,
it's
for sure. It's
definitely,
always good to win. I was just going to say on opening day, it always feels
yeah. I
good.
mean, just to win it just gives you a good feeling. And for me, growing up as a kid, I always was opening day. I went to Catholic school, so we always had Holy Week off, and opening day's always on the 28th. So I was off at school and got to watch baseball all day. Go
It-
watch a game, go play some wiffle ball, go watch another game, go play a little more wiffle ball.
Hey, no, that's the life, man. Sounds good to me. That's great.
Uh, Well, we'll stick with the East. Orioles just handled the Angels. You know, didn't look good
But
right off the bat because Trout hit that nice bomb
yeah,
right off
that's what I
the
was gonna say.
bat.
That was a typical Angels Mike Trout game. Mike Trout does something, and the rest of the team just really
I
does
feel
not.
that's Mike Trout's career where he does it all and never gets any help. But we were both, you know, I'm gonna let you go on this, but we were both pretty high on that Corbin Burns deal.
Oh no.
What just I mean, what
Oh,
I
he was
thought it was.
dealing, man. He was just out there. They were comparing it to like all-time great opening day starts earlier today. So he
I
just went
mean, yeah,
out
what
there.
he goes 6 innings with 11 Ks.
At 11, I know it's crazy. So, and of course, it's like I say, he was angry with the Mike Trout. So, you see him coming off, he mouths like, a bad word that I won't repeat here. But, and then so you can see he was mad, but he came back after that, and it was just all Orioles the rest of the way. They were
And you know
hitting, out pitching.
his
They're going to be a
counterpart,
legit, they're going to
his
be a
counter.
really serious contender again. And,
I mean, it's like last year, I'm listening to you know Mad Dog or any of these guys, and yeah, the Orioles were surprised, and I'm like, no, the Orioles aren't a surprise team like this year. I'm like, the Orioles are there, and he got his counterpart, Adley Rutschman, who is just, this guy just has been doing it since college. I mean,
yeah,
they doesn't miss a beat, which is nice to see. It's nice to see some of these younger guys because the generation's starting to get a little older, so it's nice to see these younger guys, step in. But
yeah,
yeah, the
no,
Orioles. I mean, that lineup's Santander goes yard.
yeah.
Gunnar
And
Henderson.
like you said, they're young. That's the scary. Santander, he'll be a free agent at the end of this year. But all the rest of their guys, they have locked up for years. I mean, Burns, becomes a, free agent too and he could be a one and done. But most of these guys are young. To me, it just has brims. And you mentioned the Astros a little while ago. We don't like them. Here we go. We got some humor in the house. The loss of
Yeah,
Hey
Las Vegas.
Hunter, by the way. The Vegas. Yeah, they're still a couple years away from Vegas, but hey, they will shock maybe, but
Yeah,
then maybe
well,
their owner
it
actually
might be the
start spending.
Sacramento A's before the Vegas A's, but
Yeah, but maybe they will
uh,
start spending some money by the time they get there. But
hey, they better if they're getting that new stadium and they're mocking up, these models of what the stadium's going to be like. You better be putting on a good product to try to
yeah,
get people to come out. You can't have, you know,
yeah. If anything, they would target Torres probably coming out because I don't know how many diehard Vegas baseball fans there are. We'll find out. A lot of good prospects came from the Vegas area. I think Bryce Harper didn't he come from Vegas
yeah,
area
Bryce
and
Harper
Chris
was from
Bryant.
Vegas. Chris Bryant's from Vegas.
Yeah. So
Bonanza.
there's
I
some
think he's Bonanza High School.
yeah. So
So
yeah, those are
they get some good prospects and Vegas. I did when I scouted. A guy brought me out for a showcase out in Vegas, and it was like a top college showcase. And I'm doing it in Southern California, so when we do it in Southern California, we'll get 10, 15 coaches where you'll get 5 D2s and 10 D1s. They'll all show out, and I'm sitting there, and the only team there is Southern Nevada, where Bryce Harper actually played his baseball. I'm like, go to the other local guy. I'm like, why is there no one here? And he goes, well, there's 3 schools in Nevada. There's only there's a D2, there's Reno, Nevada, and UNLV,
right.
and then all the JUCOs. So I'm like, this is, I mean, if I was a college, I'd be hitting that area hard,
Yeah.
which I guess we definitely have been seeing,
Yeah. Oh, for
but
sure. And before we get off the Orioles too much, I just want to finish. To me, they remind me a lot of the hated Astros. You knew like years ago that they're probably going to be good because they were drafting well. All these guys were working through the minors, progressing nicely. So you knew it was coming. They held on to a couple of them, so they have longer control now. So they're going to be up here, and I think this is going to be a legit team. Unfortunately, because they're in my AL East,
yeah, they're
so
in the
they're going to
East.
be.
It's not going to be. Yeah, I mean, you got Jackson Holiday sitting in the wings there too.
I
Well,
know,
yeah, we'll
crazy.
go. I'll let you run with this. Red Sox. Red Sox beat the Mariners 6-4, so I'll let you run with that a little bit.
All right, sounds good. Well, Devers, he hit a bomb. It was nice, got us up to start the game. Beautiful thing to see. Devers going oppo because sometimes he just like pull king and he just wants to pull everything and kind of gets the big swing. But when he's in his best silver slugger mode that he's won several times, he's just great, just letting the ball come to him. Going the other way, if that's the way to go, instead of trying to pull a pitch, you should go the other way with. So it was a beautiful thing to see. I'm very happy on that. Then Tyler O'Neill, a guy we acquired from the Cardinals, going into last night, I didn't know. I knew going into last night that he had hit 4 opening day home runs in a row. The last 4 years on opening day, he hit a homer that tied him all time with Gary Carter, Yogi Berra, and Hundley. All catchers. It's funny. All of them had 4. So he was tied with all of them going into last night. But he goes yard. So he now is the leader of guys hitting home runs on opening day. So he's for the 5 past years on opening day. Tyler O'Neill has gone yard. So that was fun to see because my son and I started really rooting for it when we heard that. We're like, oh, come on, that'd be cool. That'd be cool. And sure enough, we were like, oh, because he hit one of those kind of like line drive. You knew it had a lot of distance, but you didn't know if it was going to clear. But it got way out. And it was like, oh, it was a beautiful thing to see. So that was good. Yeah. And it's good. I mean, the Red Sox, they hadn't won an opening game since like even with the great year they had in 2018, they didn't win opening day. They haven't won an opening day since like 2017 or so. So it was nice to see them, and they're out west. So the Red Sox historically don't perform so well out west. But since it's maybe to start the season, their time frame's not all off. They had a couple of days to get prepared to that West Coast time and whatever. So maybe. And they're out there for a long time, man. They got the latest home game. They're the last team to have a home opener finally because they got travel to start the season. So it's like 10 games in a row on the road to start the season. So
Oh yeah, and your guy was it Bryson Bello? Goes
oh no,
5 innings.
he did well, and he gave up the one bomb, but other than that, he pitched well. They
Five
got him
five
out
innings,
after 5. I guess they
five
just wanted
innings,
him to
five
be.
five hits, 2 runs. But that's what you're not trying to extend a young guy, especially opening day. You're just trying to
Yeah,
get a feel, and he doesn't get touched up or anything. So that's a pretty solid start and a good sign for a guy the Red Sox want to be the future of the team.
yeah, no, 100%. So very happy with that development. He looks solid. I mean, they signed him to be the future of the team. He has extended already. The Red Sox finally decided to hook up some of their players before they lose them to long-term deals somewhere else. So it was nice. So I'm happy. Like I say, day one, but at
Yeah,
least hey,
it's always good to get an opening day win, and uh, so that was that I'm sure you're pretty happy about that. Well, yeah, Dodgers cruise. They I mean they look Glass now's looking solid. He goes another 6 innings, giving up 2 hits, 1 run. It's just
no, it's
so he's got 2 solid starts. Mookie Betts looks like he's in midseason form
I know
already.
already has a homer, 2 homers because he did it
I mean,
against.
I'm not 100% sure on shortstop. He's not. The second base to shortstop transition isn't as easy as an average fan would think. So I'm not 100% sure. See what the Dodgers do, and obviously Muncy, his defense, for in my opinion's not going to get it done. But offensively, they're looking great. Betts is swinging it like we're 90 games in the season. Otani's looking solid. Freddie Freeman. I mean, Will Smith, who just got a $140 million extension, which is a great deal because I think he's one of the best catchers in baseball, if not the best. So I mean,
Oh,
it's
Will Smith. Yeah, I know. Yeah, no, they're stacked. You saw that lineup yesterday, man. Um, Freeman hit a homer, and Betts hit a homer. Oh, Tawny hit a double that he thought was going to be a triple, but it's just like, and then he didn't realize Betts was stood there on third
Tony
base.
got a little too excited there. But
Yeah,
yeah, I mean, obviously, it's way we're gonna have to temper our expectations that people are gonna think just because it's a super team they're gonna roll through everybody. But it's baseball. You're gonna get one of these midseason slumps or it will happen. This is baseball.
Yeah. Oh, and speaking, since we're on that division, what are you thinking about Jordan Montgomery going to the defending National League champions?
Oh well, yeah, I was gonna hold on to that, but yeah, I think that's a great signing because I mean you're adding to Zach Gallen already as a frontline starter, and then when Eduardo Rodriguez comes back, and then you add Montgomery, and they speaking of the D-backs, they just put it on the Rockies yesterday, 16-1. Marte goes. What does Marte go 3 for 5?
Yeah.
So I mean, it's. I don't think that. I
But that
mean,
was
this isn't.
crazy. 14 runs in the third inning. That's insane, man. And the opening day, too, not like some middle of the year slump when a team's pitching's all tired and they've pitched every single night and their bullpen. This was opening day. They got 14 runs. And they weren't even in Colorado, guys. They were in Arizona. So, when my son, because he was updating me on the score as we were watching the Red Sox game, and I just heard Colorado, so I was assuming. He goes, and before I can even assume, he goes, and they're not in Colorado. So I'm like, oh my
I
goodness.
mean, and I mean, Marte goes 3 for 5. Loris Gurriel goes 3 for 5. Their big pickup from the Mariners, Eduardo Suzar goes 2 for 4. Alex Thomas 2 for 5.
Oh, they were
This
doing
is
what you said. They weren't going for bombs. Most of them were just hit after hit after hit. They weren't going yard and
this
stuff.
is this is another team like the Orioles that has a lot of young, controllable players who are competing at a high level that we could even though the Dodgers are the favorite in the West and in baseball, they're right there and they could be around for a long time.
Oh, just like in the playoffs, man. I fully expect the Dodgers, just due to the stacked team that they have, that they will win the division. But man, you get into playoffs against a hot team. Just ask the Dodgers last year. Just ask the Braves last year. You can definitely lose in the playoffs. So, and like Orioles were number one last year, and
Yeah,
they
they got
lost.
bounced quick.
So
Well,
you just don't know, man. So you can have a great dominant season, and then just that team just gets hot in the playoffs, and they have a couple good pitchers, enough to get you like through some games, and it's a very close series all of a sudden. So
yeah, I mean, yeah, and it's all about you're getting hot right at the right time, which we saw last year. The Rangers and the D-backs got hot at the right time, and they carried it into the playoffs and all the way to the World Series, and the Rangers took it home. Well,
yeah.
speaking of the Rangers played the Cubs. They had just Rangers ended up getting the W. Justin Steele went down with, I think it was like a thigh injury on a bunt, which will be a big loss for the Cubs because that was a big part of their. So he's supposed to be a big part of the rotation, but Rangers won on a walk off from John Heim after a very costly error. I don't know if you're watching this game, Rob, but they had the little pass ball and he doesn't know where it is, and he's just looking around like, oh, it's a foul ball. So
Well, it was a foul ball,
no,
man.
it was definitely a foul ball. He's looking, and guys just rounding the base, but he gets a little, you get a little karma into a wrong call, and he gets the walk off. So
I know, but it's just, to me, it's kind of bad, man, because that was when they showed it today. It's definitely, to me, that's where Major League Baseball has to step in and say they should be able to look at that in New York and say, "Hey, guys, you missed that one." They should be able to have something in the umpire, and then they just, to me, I mean, that was a foul ball. You definitely see it when you watch. They were ripping the call today on MLB Network, and they're the ones that not Cal Ripken. What's his brother's name? Billy Ripken. He was saying that that needs to just be something that comes in from New York real quick. Hey guys, you missed that one. That's a foul ball, and you may want to take a look or whatever. So,
but they get the W, and
I know, but I'm just saying it stinks, man. That's
yeah,
it.
yeah. I agree too, but you're seeing with all sports, you can't really review
Oh,
a
I
call.
know.
It wasn't made on the field or the court, whatever we're doing, but they still end up getting the win. That's a good opening day win for a team that just won the World Series. But I'm not obviously their rotation not sold on, but I am excited. I'm sure you are, to see Wyatt Langford made the roster, and he's batting in the 5 hole, which he's a Florida boy, went to University of Florida.
Yes, it.
So
Go
that's
Gators.
yeah,
Yes, he did. And my son, who's been at University of Florida now for a couple of years, he said, "Man, this guy," he goes, "he's going to be really good because he played, my son, not Division One good, but he played through high school baseball. And then, but he, the minute he got at University of Florida, he loves baseball, so he goes to a lot of their baseball games. And he says, "Man, this Langford guy is going to be good, Dad. He's going to be good. You're going to have to keep your eye on him." And sure enough, my son was a good scout without being a scout.
there you go.
He's
I mean,
good.
he's definitely, he's sitting in the 5 hole, and Kevin O'Sullivan, if you know anything about baseball up there in Gainesville, is an unbelievable coach, and he came out his junior year.
Well, Springer just hit a home run for the Blue Jays against the Rays, so
He
I have
came
that
out.
game on over.
O'Sullivan came out Langford's junior year and said this guy could be on an MLB lineup right now. So
Oh,
that's
the
how
kid's special, man. Yeah,
that's how high he was, and obviously he's right because he did 3 months in minor league, some spring training, and he's batting 5 hole. So
yeah.
it's exciting to see these. We're getting a lot of you got Rutschman, you got Corbin Carroll, Langford now's up. You got a lot of these young homegrown USA prospects who could make an impact, which is exciting to see for I love to see it.
No, me too. The Red Sox are still a couple of years away from getting their guy. Abello's, doing okay, but they got some young guys bats coming up, so it's going to be fun. I agree, it's more fun that way. Marlins fans in the house, Cliff D.
Yeah.
So they're playing right now. So if you want to watch them, let us know what your updates are on the Marlins because I just have the MLB streaming right now, and I just saw Springer hit a home run. Vladdy Jr.'s up right now. But yeah, before I forget, did you see that little fight? Not fight, really, but almost like the bullpens cleared and everything today in the Mets Brewers game.
No, I did not see that. No.
Okay. Yeah, because Hoskins, they say, kind of slid in, and then O'Neill kind of got mad. Let me see if I can find the video. But so I was just wondering, to me, old school, it wouldn't be that bad. But maybe newer, slide. They reviewed the slide and they believed it was an okay slide because the guy O'Neill was really, he was really mad. I will see if I can find the video. And I'm gonna share it actually real quick here. Let's see. I'm gonna see if I can share it real quick. Let's put this here. I want to see what you think of it. Like I say, real quick, guys. This is from today's game, and here we go.
They say on the exchange, and they're going to get Hoskins, I believe, on an overslide. Now McNeil and Hoskins exchanging, and the Brewers are coming out of the dugout. And McNeil getting fired up at second base. Now everybody coming out of the dugouts. And even more so. Now the bullpens spill out, and McNeil having to be restrained. Umpires trying to get control of the situation. Willie Adames is right in the middle of the Mets fray. And now Freddie Peralta, who is just in the trainer's room, is making his way out onto the field. Order has been restored, but Jeff McNeil is still hot. Jeff McNeil is needed to be restrained by his manager, Carlos Mendoza. Much ado about nothing as the umpires get together and decide what they're going to do. Now, they could turn this into an automatic double play with a slide violation. So we take another look at it.
Yeah, he takes off. He's running. I don't think he's trying to do anything other than he just late slid.
I mean, that to the letter of the law is not allowed anymore. You're not allowed to slide past the bat.
All right. So basically, that is it. Let me get that. So what do you think of that? You think
I mean, I guess we're all, that's a clean slide. Yeah, he goes down late, but I mean, like, that's a clean slide. He's still on the bag. He's still in the area. He just went through. I mean,
there was no intent. I thought it was a lot to do. I guess.
I mean, the only thing I could see, maybe he goes spikes up, but that's legal too. But I mean, like, that's a clean slide. It wasn't like Chase Utley trying to take out. I can't remember.
I remember. Yeah, Chase Utley used to do that. He was the last of the old school guys and stuff. So
So I mean, that's a clean slide, and that's the soft new school that we got to review this. I'm like, anybody who's ever played baseball, hey, you get hit. Watch those guys, back in the the Big Red era.
Oh no,
Those
they
guys,
usually they would go all the way outside to nail the guy.
they're going to take someone out. You're going in hard. You're trying to get your guy, break up the double play.
Yeah, no, that's what I thought, and that's why O'Neill, like he said, though, he's probably not used to that because of the younger generation. They're not used to getting taken out like that, so he got really upset. So I figured that'd be something to share here today.
Speaking of the Mets, they lost 3-1 to this morning after the postponement yesterday to the Brewers, where Peralta goes 6, gives up 1 run. And you got, Jackson Chirino is 1 for 3. He's a big prospect. Christian Yelich, who definitely, after the big contract and after those big years with the Brewers, kind of fell off, got hurt, but he has a solid game. The Mets are interesting. Mets really didn't do much, but they got 1 hit from Marte, which isn't, one of those big guys, one of the big names anymore. You're thinking Lindor, maybe Nimmo or Alonso. So, I'm not, Mets are probably sitting waiting after kind of blowing everything last year for all those players that didn't work out. Now
I know they did it, and I know now they have JD Martinez getting some bats and whatever they call it, like delayed spring training, post spring training. He's getting some spring training at bats still, whatever in the minors, whatever they call it. So he'll be coming up soon. Maybe he can help them because he's always a good stick. And so we will see there. But yeah, that 1 hit opening day is not the way you want to break out the season. That's for sure.
And the Brewers, we weren't high on the Brewers. Obviously, trade Burns. Hey, they get 1, so they're on the board.
Yeah, they are, man. That's it. So we will see on that front. But yeah, that was like I said,
this is a name I want. Tarek Skubal. I've been hearing a lot of great things. Watched him a little bit, in spring training with the Tigers, and I got to see. But he, they beat even though it is the White Sox, 1-0, not too much offense, but he's a name you got to watch. He goes 6 innings, 3 hits, 6 Ks. That's a name you got to watch. I think I'm kind of excited to see the AL Central. I think it's going to be pretty exciting this year. Maybe not. There might not be fireworks, but I think the Royals could be a team that maybe competes for the Central. Tigers, some teams in there. Obviously, the Twins that could push, which is it's just a wide open Central.
what was the name of the guy you said that you like?
Tarek Skubal.
Okay, Tarek. I will look him up later. I'm not that good. I know these younger guys better. So.
Yeah, you did. I mean, but they got some good. Obviously, they got some good young players that they've drafted from. They got Spencer Torkelson.
Right.
He was from Arizona State.
Yeah, he's pretty good. He went 2 for 4 yesterday. I have here
2 for 4. Javi Baez still, and you got some good young pitching names. Cameron Mize. Is it Cameron?
Hey, Jeff of Back It Up Ben's podcast.
Yeah,
I tried tagging you. Yeah, I tried tagging Jeff today in the Twitter, and he didn't pop up. I don't know why. All these other ones were popping up.
Yeah.
But anyway, he found us anyway. So thank you, Jeff, for finding us.
Thank you. Casey Mize, who was a high pick and a great pitcher at Auburn. They got Alex Faedo, who's a Florida guy who was with, it was him and AJ Puck up there. So they got some really good, some young players, which will be excited. And we'll stick with a little Central. Twins beat the Royals 4-1, where a guy I was kind of high on and wanted to see a bounce back. Pablo Lopez goes 7 innings, 4 hits, 1 run, which is definitely a guy that when they acquired him, they thought he was going to be that front of the line guy.
Right. I'm gonna look. at the box score from yesterday. See what you're talking about. But let's see. Who were you talking about now? And I'm sorry.
The Twins.
Yeah, I know, but what player?
Oh, Pablo Lopez.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah,
Former,
he pitched yesterday, man. He's so he pitched well. Yeah. I
former
just didn't
Marlin.
hear. Yeah, I was thinking of Jeff real quick. So there you go. Jeff, we really talked up your Orioles. You would have been happy, man. So
Yeah. I mean,
you would have been
unfortunately,
happy. We
there's
talked
not a
up.
lot of negative things to say about the Orioles right now after one day of baseball.
No, I mean Burns was out there dealing, and it was really good, man.
Yeah, I mean, and Lopez is definitely a guy that's got to be that front of the rotation guy. Royce Lewis was a guy who was 2 for 2 with a home run, and he's a guy I coached at. He was playing where the school I was coaching at, so that's kind of exciting to see for me.
Yeah.
Carlos Correa was 3 for 4, which he kind of had a little down year last year, so that's nice to see. But it's definitely gonna be a wide open Central.
Yeah. Bobby Witt, who I have monitor on my low key MVP, just got off to a 1-3. So it was overall not a good start for the Royals offensively. But Bobby Witt did go 1 for 3 and a walk. So
I mean, yeah, but I'm with you on that. Bobby Witt's a hell of a shortstop and going to be a future, player to watch and definitely, face of the league. But yeah, I think it'll be wide open, even though the Royals, they might be 1 to 2 years away, but they do a lot. And the Tigers probably the same thing, but they've done a good job with their young guys.
yeah. Well, Lowe of the Rays, Brandon Lowe just hit a grand slam. So
Oh
a
wow.
grand salami for Lowe of the Rays. So he just went right now. So
It's not even updated on ESPN yet.
he's touching home plate right now. He just touched home plate. So it should be popping up there.
Yeah, well, I throw a little I'm sorry, Marlins fans, you're down early 2-0.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like I said, my Red Sox don't play until later.
Yeah,
Man, this starting on the West Coast.
you're definitely gonna be up, in the wee
Oh,
hours of the night up there.
that game was over at 1 something in the morning, man. I was so tired, man. I'm not used to that anymore. Retired old me. I used to work midnight shift back in the day, many years. So I was used to staying, but now I'm like, man, that was not in my routine, staying up to 1 something in the morning. But I'm not gonna miss opening day Red Sox, no matter what. And tonight they don't start till 9:40. So
Sorry, to throw a little light on, getting a little dark in here.
hey, no problem, man. It's that time on the
Yeah, it's nice though. It's starting to stay a little lighter later. But
yeah,
starting to get
the
that
new time.
Well, I guess obviously we'll jump to the NL Central.
He said that the Royals that Reagan's did pitch a good game. I didn't see. I know they lost, but I would take his word that he pitched well for the Royals. So I should go look at their box score. I just took it off after looking at
Yeah, I moved too. But
we'll
jump to this.
But because I was just curious, let me see what he did. He pitched 6 innings, only gave up 5 hits, 2 earned runs, 3 base on balls, and struck out 9. So in 6 innings. So yeah, that's a pretty good game, that you think you could win with line like that, but they did not. So
I mean, we'll throw a little. I don't want to throw a little salt in the wound. Marlins not looking getting hot, but I was surprised they took the Pirates, lost 6-5 and 12 for a team that maybe it's not going to be competing for anything this year, and you get a solid.
yeah, they had that. They did the opposite of your team. They were up in that game, and they.
I mean, but you got Jesus Loarza, you have 5 innings, 2 hits, 2 runs. So that's a good start because he's definitely, with the 2 injuries, he's going to be the dude with the I think Sixto might be starting for the Marlins, which was today, which is exciting because he's been a name. Oh, it's AJ Puck, who is a Florida Gator.
Hey, yeah, there's some. Hey, the Gators. The Gators aren't having the greatest year this year, but they're still ranked high. But their record, when you look, but they're always producing good players.
Well, let's oh, come on,
But
let's see. I got college baseball right now. They're 14-9, but it's definitely they're right now ranked 6, but you're going off. They're playing a tough schedule. The SEC is just a
yeah, I know
gaunt
it's a grind. Oh, it's
a
a grind like
gauntlet.
it is. Yeah. Back it up. Ben's podcast is in here. Like I said earlier, I don't know. Did you see that slide earlier I showed Jeff that got the benches cleared today? He's old school baseball, so he probably doesn't think it was a bad slide either. To me, it
I
was just
think I'm with you. I grew
yeah.
up. I'm a younger guy, obviously, but I grew up old school. So I was like,
No, I
yeah,
remember.
that's just hard. That's a hard slide.
Yeah, yeah, that's it. I agree. But anyway, I didn't mean to cut you off. If I know you probably got some more. I think we
Oh,
almost touched.
I was just gonna try to, we hit the Central, a little West,
Oh yeah, the Marlins, like you said, they had the lead,
Orleans,
and they
but I mean, like for me, that's not a bad start. I mean, uh, you lose 6-5 to the Pirates. I didn't really watch it. I won't be watching Pirates games until Skeens comes up. But they
sorry, I
what
was.
they got the win. Cincinnati got the win. Cincinnati's always exciting to watch now with all their young players.
Oh, they are. I mean, there's a lot. Some of those divisions to me are really open for.
Wide open. Yeah, I
Yeah,
100% agree with you. Wide open. That I think both NLAL Central is kind of up for grabs. Who's the hot team?
yeah.
That
I
there's
know
no
they're all going to be bunched together a lot of the year. I think, and it's going to be a few games separating them. And it's like you say, whoever gets hot at the end of the year.
no clear cut favorite. But I think it was a successful opening day. Obviously, it was probably successful for both of us because both our teams got a W. But whenever there's baseball, opening day, it's a great day.
No, I'm with you 100%, Russ. Is great, and like I say, my Red Sox are on the West Coast for way too long. But hey, eventually they get back to Fenway, and it should be fun.
It's
But,
probably the weather thing, and we're
uh, no, I know, but it's just man, it's like tough on the eyes, man, when you're trying
yeah,
to
I
take.
feel you on that.
You
That's
know,
the
it's
one.
tough.
I will say, growing up on the West Coast, West Coast viewing is some of the I one of the best. I would say Mountain Time Zone viewing, especially you're a big football guy.
Yeah,
Mountain Time Zone kills because it's at 11 o'clock to start the day, whereas here is sometimes like Sunday night football's at 8:45, and by second half it's done. But and then it's I'm a college football guy. Nobody right now NFL draft the big guys Caleb Williams. I'm like half the time these people on the East Coast didn't see Caleb Williams because they're playing a game at 9 p.m. Eastern time. So
no, I know, no, I'm with you a whole bunch, man. That's why
it's
a
the
lot of
same
people
thing with
don't.
baseball. They're playing your
A
Red
lot of
Sox
people.
playing the Mariners right now, and the game starts at 10 o'clock. You're like, yeah, I'm a diehard fan, got to watch, but it's killing me.
Yeah, I know it's crazy. So, but then it's also weird for you guys when not you because now you're living in the East. But when you lived out West, it's just to me kind of weird. Like for like say a game that starts 8 p.m. here, you guys are fighting just to get home from work to catch a
Yeah,
game. Like oh my
fight,
god, I'm
fight,
fighting.
fighting is the true word because the traffic.
I know the traffic out there is insane, and then you're like, oh my god, especially in football, like baseball, you're like, okay, I might miss an inning and two, and we got 162 game. But football, man, your team's playing like a Monday night football, and you guys, you want to rush all the way home and get there by a 8 p.m. kickoff, and it's 5 p.m. Los Angeles traffic. Oh, that's awful.
I was like, never lived in Los Angeles, so yeah, I'm pretty lucky on that one. But yeah. Like we both said, opening day starts always a great time. I really appreciate everybody who came in and joined us tonight at the different hour. Uh,
Yeah.
Always please smash like, share, and subscribe. Just give everybody a little awareness. Me and Rob are just two guys who like to shoot the shit and talk the game.
Yeah, it is, man. It's always fun, Russ. I look forward to every week, man.
I always look forward to it. even if we don't have much, obviously right now we got a lot to talk about, but even if we don't have as much, we always find a way to, just kind of, hey, we both love baseball. We can always find a common ground. And even
Nope.
me being a
Yeah,
Yankees fan and you being a Red Sox fan,
I
I'm
know
like,
that's fun right there, man. It's
we can
fun,
find a common ground. We both love baseball and we're both passionate. That's the thing. Me being a Yankee, I'm like, yeah, I hate the Red Sox, but they're they're a historically great team, historic team.
Yeah, there's definitely a
Passionate,
historic team, oldest
passionate
stadium. I
fan
mean, to
base,
me, it's
passionate
great.
fan base who knows their baseball. I'm all
Oh no,
about
they for
that.
sure, man. That's why that passion's towards anger right now because they thought they're like we're acting like, and it's funny because it just happens to be the team I'm down here, but the team you see most reference, like we're acting like the Florida Marlins. We got money. Why in the hell are we not spending money? So it's just like he goes, we're the Boston Red Sox. He goes, didn't they learn? We finally got out of baby brother status when we started spending money, and here we are back again. I mean, they
Spending
spend it,
money,
but just
beating the
not.
Yankees, and
They didn't
back to
spin it to the way the fans wanted. The fans just wanted, but that doesn't always lead to winning either. So I get it, but you just got to be more patient the way the Red Sox are doing it. They're doing it like trying to do what the Orioles and the Astros did. They got a lot of young guys coming up. That was what To me, the one mistake was letting Mookie Betts go. If I was the owner, I would have said, I don't care, sign him. I would just do whatever. If we have to cut everywhere else, just keep Mookie Betts on the. Just keep Mookie Betts on the payroll because to me, I just hope it's not like the curse of the Bambino all over again, man. Trading the best player in baseball because you just want to get rid of his salary. To me, it's bad.
I'm sure that's a little knife to the gut there to see him in LA. And I wasn't happy either because I'm not a Dodgers guy. I'm like, I deal with these LA fans and I have my opinions I'll keep to myself about the LA fans. But you got to send them to here, and I got to hear about Mookie Betts. I'm like, I don't know if you guys deserve them.
Yeah, I know. Hey, but
I knew this. I was like, I'm watching this guy's as a Yankee fan. I'm like, this guy's the best player in baseball. He does everything right. He chokes.
No, he does. To me, it's just that's all on the owner. I know everyone wants to blame Bloom, who's now the scapegoat and out of Boston already. But as the general manager, he's only going on what the owners are telling him to do. He's not going to do something like that if the owners are telling him not to. So it's just unfortunate. It is what it is. But anyway, thank you, Russ.
Yeah, it's man, it's great, Rob. It's always a pleasure to jump on here. We're on deck. I want to thank everybody who joined us tonight at the new time. I'm Russ Morgan here with Rob Mosley. You have a good night.
All right. See you guys next week.